Where you calling from, man?
California.
Okay. How can I help you?
I guess just general advice. It's been a long time since I don't know,
A long time since what?
dated, had a relationship, like had
What do
sex,
you,
I guess.
what do you, why, how come? What have you been doing?
Uh, Not good stuff. Like I kind of wasted my 20s, to be honest. A lot of bad shit happened, and I'm in a better place now, but it really
What did you do?
set me back.
What did you do?
I just worked, like just low end jobs. Uh,
So,
I'm back in university right now, so I'm going back to college. I want
okay.
to, yeah. So I'm moving forward with my life, I guess.
So what were you doing in your 20s? I'm confused.
Just moving around the country, working low end jobs, paying rent, just living basically. Like I wasn't like doing anything to like set myself up for the future. So I'm kind of trying to do that now.
So you didn't acquire any skills or anything like that?
No.
So that's step number one. Like what part of California you in?
I'm in Northern California.
Okay. So what's your highest level of skill set that you have?
So right now I'm back in university, working towards a degree. I have a 4.0. I'm looking to go to law school when I graduate next year. So
Okay.
that's kind of my plan right now.
That's gonna take you a bit, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple years, but I feel like, that's the best option I'm looking at right now.
Okay. In terms of women, what have you been trying?
I've not been doing dating apps. I've tried. I mean, I've talked to some people. I did like a warm approach. I've gone on some dates, but it kind of never went anywhere.
So warm approach, what does that mean?
Wait, what?
You said a warm approach? What does that mean?
It's like not really like cold approaching somebody, but it's like being in an environment where like it's more of a social area, like like kind of like a club or something like that, social gatherings.
Okay, now and it didn't work out.
No, we went on some dates, but it didn't like go anywhere past that.
So when's the last time you had sex?
11 years.
What did you say? It's been what?
11 years.
11 years since you had sex?
Yeah.
So you were 19 years old?
I was 19.
Okay, what the okay. Yeah. All right, like we gotta talk about it. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. What have you been doing? Masturbation?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I had like a really bad relationship and then family life growing up, and that kind of fucked me up around like women and stuff like that. So I'm behind in multiple areas, you could say.
Okay. So if you haven't had the girl you had sex with when you were 19, was that a girlfriend or something?
Yeah.
And you haven't even you haven't had any urgency to like try to get laid?
Sometimes, but for a long period of time I was just like really depressed, and like I couldn't even, because I mean, for me personally, I'm not super interested in casual relationships, like just hookups, and I felt like I was just not in a headspace for a relationship. So even if I felt some urges, like I was just in a really bad place.
Okay. You don't want to surround your life around relationships though, like, because you got to vet the woman to know if she's the right girl for you. A lot of you guys pedestalize relationships when you shouldn't. Nobody's telling you to have casual sex if you don't want to, but you got to kind of get to know the girl, and sex cannot be the most important thing. When you make a relationship like the only time that you can maybe have intimacy, it kind of puts some pedestalization on that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was my problem with the girl that I was dating, or I went on some dates with. Like, I felt like I probably went a little too hard and like came off as too desperate or something, and that really, I think, messed it up for me.
Yeah, because women want you to have abundance. Like, they want the guy that they have to fight for. They want the guy that they have to fight other women to get. So just I'm trying to make this clear to you guys. Like when you don't have sex and you say, "Oh, I'm waiting for a relationship," you tend to act like this. Like you tend to you put all your chips in trying to make it work, and it's gonna scare women away. Where if you had some options already, you would be a better candidate for most women for relationships because they don't want to get with a guy who's desperate. Does that make sense? All right,
Yeah, I've
so
been trying to focus more on myself. Like I lost like 50 pounds in the last 4 months, so I'm happy
okay,
with that. And
awesome.
I still have weight to lose, but I'm kind of trying to focus on myself, keep my grades up, like look towards the future, get in better shape. Stuff
Yeah,
like
but
that.
that's things you can do in tangent. You don't have to. You can be going to the gym. I go to the gym 5 days a week. You can be trying to make more money, and you could have a dating life. It's
Yeah,
possible. It's
yeah,
not. It doesn't have to be separate. So listen, you got to get back out there and stop putting all your chips into one basket, trying to make it work with just one girl. You got to have that mindset that women like men that have options. So I need to get good with women so I can be the kind of guy that they actually want to be with. Are you totally opposed to having sex before a relationship?
I would. I mean, I know I've seen you talk about this before. I would prefer waiting. I mean, definitely waiting for a relationship, but yeah,
Yeah. Just
yeah,
that's
definitely.
fair. Just be mindful. In order for you to have, it's all about leverage, guys. I'm not trying to shit on any religion or anything like that. I want you guys to believe whatever y'all believe. I support whatever y'all support, but understand how the female mind works. If you're not a catch, I'm not fucking you. The more of a catch you are, the more say so you can have. Meaning,
Yeah,
you can be a guy that doesn't have sex until you get a relationship. Sure. But you got to be that dude. You got
yeah.
to be.
Yeah. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to work on myself because I mean, like I said, I lost a bunch of weight, and I see there's a huge difference in how like everybody treats me, but especially women. And
Yeah,
that's why like I still want to keep going with that and like just make myself into that kind of
but
person
no.
that
But what you're
would
what you
attract.
what you're what you're alluding to is I'm gonna not deal with women until I get to a certain point. And that's not what I
Okay.
mean.
Yeah,
You
no,
still
I'm not saying that either. Like I still like talk, interact, get used to, being around women, like talking with women, maybe like going on dates or whatever. I'm not opposed to doing that. Like I did that.
okay.
So I think
So
you're right.
you gotta amp up your image a little bit. Like figure out how you can diversify how you're meeting women, so you can start to have more momentum with dates.
Hmm.
So you can have options with girls that you can consider a relationship with. But you got to have some urgency with that. It's been 11 years, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely feeling urgency. Also, one last thing, should I get rid of the glasses?
Take them off. Yeah, 100%. Your face looks a lot better without it.
Okay. I'll
Definitely,
get
100%.
that.
Get some
Still,
contacts or
yeah,
LASIK or
contacts.
whatever, and you will look better. But getting your body better, getting your body on point, diversifying how you're meeting women. Because not having sex, man, is gonna cause you to keep being feeling depressed and like lonely. Loneliness
Yeah.
is a big thing that a lot of men are facing and that we don't want to
Yeah,
acknowledge.
it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like your romantic life is just as important as your financial and your like that's super important. So make it a priority along with being a lawyer, getting in better shape, and you start to do better.
All right. Thank you for the advice.
Amen. Have a good one.